Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today I wanted to share with you my acrylic case designs here. These aren't even all of them. I have a larger one that can fit like a football or shoes, and then I have a smaller one that can fit like a Lego character in. We're going to focus on these three just because they all fit in frame in this video here. But with that said, I've been getting a lot of questions recently about how to modify these, and I'm going to let that be in your guys' hands, but I'm going to share with you real quick, easy tips and tricks that you can do to modify them based on your guys' questions here. So we're going to start with this big one here. So a lot of people will say it doesn't let in enough light from the top. There is different ways that you can light this up. There's an easy one with no electricity involved. What you would do is just cut a circle on the top of the lid here, and you place an acrylic sheet in there. Just matching acrylic like this, it'll fit inside this lip, and then you'll be able to have light shine in from the top there. That's a super easy way, as long as you don't put another one of these on top. Speaking of which, these are stackable. As mentioned in the instructions in the description, the bottom has a cutout on it that perfectly matches the top here, and they are stackable. I'll show you that here in just a second. So you will be able to stack these. So if you stack them, you're not going to get light inside the bottom one here. So keep that in mind. You'll have to switch to a different alternative like electricity. So what I mean by that is like LED lights. There's a nice lip on the inside here that's about perfect for an LED strip. You can line the entire bottom edge with an LED strip, drill or cut a small hole, just add a small hole in an SVG file inside that bottom lid there. And then you can even add it in the top lid and just do that all the way up for stacking. The only issue with this is you're gonna have a string of LEDs or a wire from here to here into the next box. So if you can get creative and hide that with like some inside trim or something, you can do that too, and then you can light them up with LEDs. So those are my two options for adding lighting. And then, like I said, the free non-electricity alternative is just cut a hole on the top, place some glass on there so dust doesn't get in, and you'll be good to go with natural lighting there. So with that said, let's move on to like this medium-sized one. This is the large one, this is the medium one, and then we have that extra large one for like the footballs, and we have this small, like the really small one for the Lego sets. But this is our medium-sized one here. I'm going to show you guys the stacking feature. I don't have a second one of these, but you can print these off and you can stack them, and the lids are removable. So you just lift this up. The lid is completely removable. You can replace it if you want. You can leave the lid off of it if you want to. What I did is I designed this to be somewhat snug fit, but not too snug fit where it cracks the glass, or the acrylic, I should say. And this is all made for like proof grade walnut and green glass from Glowforge. So if you're using something different, there may be slight variations, and you're going to have to do some editing on this file. I can't do editing for you. You're going to have to do that. It is kind of time consuming, so keep that in mind. I recommend using the exact same size thicknesses that I place in the file itself. But with that said, you just take this and you can place this right on top of the other unit. So this would be the top lid of that other unit, and then you can stack them as high as you want until it gets kind of tipsy, or if it's too heavy for your shelf. But it should work. It is very sturdy. It is very stable. They meet up perfectly. I made sure and paid attention to detail that they meet up perfectly. You just got to make sure you put the design together exactly how the instructions say. And if you can't see, inside here is our little supercomputer that we designed. This took me like 7 hours to design this supercomputer. It has all removable parts, including like the RAM, the power supply, the hard drive. Everything is removable in it, and it's very detailed. They got all the ports on the back of the computer there. We've got the fans in the front of the computer. I know that has nothing to do with this video, but the reason why it's in here is I'm super proud of this design, and I enjoy it. If you guys are enjoying it too, you can check that out in the description below with our Etsy shop for any of these designs. And with that said, let's go ahead and take this back off, and we're going to place this on. The only thing that you may run into with this design is, since there is variations of sizes, even through Glowforge's sizes, when you put this on, depending on how tight you assembled this, you're gonna have to hold the glass together if you have glue or not, and then place this back into place. And sometimes it'll get snagged, and you kind of got to work it into place until it pops into place just like that. It is a very precise on the alignment, and I made sure that it's nice and tight so there's not really dust flowing in there or anything. That's why you kind of gotta just make sure you have it perfectly aligned with the inside groove. With that said, let's go to the last one. Let's push these out of the way. The last one is the baseball case here. And this is where you have more customization that you can do with any of these designs. And what I mean by that is we're gonna pull this lid off. And on the inside here, you'll notice there is a piece of acrylic there with a circle in it. And that's to hold this baseball in place the way that I want it to be held. So it shows this like slugger on the front of the case itself here. You could do the same thing with like that large one that we had earlier. The large one for like this car, for example, you can make your own custom insert for this and then have just cutouts in the wheel. That way it doesn't roll back and forth. Right now it's in there loose, so it is possible to roll back and forth. And if it does that, I just kind of correct the car and then I place it back on the shelf. But since it's on a shelf, it's not rolling around, it's just fine. But if you want custom inserts, you can totally make custom inserts really easily. And like I said, I'm gonna leave all of that up to you guys, but I wanted to share with you guys quick tips and tricks of how you can do those customizations. So if you want any of these designs or those two other ones, the larger one, the smaller one, or even this supercomputer inside here, I'll put some links down in the description below. It'll be actually just one link to our Etsy shop of over 400 different designs, and you guys can check that out. And if you guys have any questions or you want to throw some ideas off of me, feel free to let me know as well, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.